Ain't about your bread and I can't fuck with y'all. I thought you was 100, but you showed me 50. You said you was gonna ride, huh? And the coupe that's parked outside, that bitch looks so expensive. I bet it cut your eye, huh?
Hey, bro, RIP to all these rappers, bro. No cap. We got rappers who died in 2021. Yeah, you feel me? From the opportunities.
2021 was a rough year for hip-hop fans. We lost a few legends, as well as some promising up-and-coming rappers. Hip-hop comes from the streets, which means it's always been surrounded by violence.
I forgot about Lil Loader,
but right now, it seems like we're losing more artists than ever. Today, we honoring a few of the rappers who passed away in 2021. Young Dolph. Young Dolph was a Memphis legend who achieved mainstream success while staying independent and owning his masters. But he also made some enemies along the way, and unfortunately, Dolph was tragically killed last November. He was picking up cookies from his favorite bakery in Memphis when two men pulled up and shot him over 22 times. Dolph was born in Chicago but moved to Memphis when he was 2 years old. When he was young, both of his parents was addicted to crack, and he was mostly raised by his grandmother. His grandma tried to discipline him to keep him away from the crime in the neighborhood. But Dolph jumped off the porch early and started hustling to get by. He might have ended up just being another street dude who rapped on the side. But in 2008, he got into a car accident that almost killed him. That brush with death made him realize life was short, and he decided to take his music seriously. So he dropped his first mixtape that same year. People in the city rocked with his music immediately, but Dolph always had a bigger vision. He started his own label, Paper Route Empire, in 2010, and started collaborating with massive artists like Gucci Mane. At this point, he built a massive buzz, and fellow Memphis icon Yo Gotti wanted to sign him to a CMG label. But Dolph turned Gotti down because he wanted to make his own lane. This caused a split in the Memphis rap scene that continues to this day. Even though his beef with Gotti never got patched up, Dolph ain't let it slow him down. He was getting bigger and bigger with every project he dropped, and collabed with everyone from Wiz Khalifa to the Migos. He called himself the king of Memphis, but Dolph never wanted all the shine for himself. He always put on for the artists on his label and helped take his cousin Key Glock's career to the next level. Dolph was also respected in Memphis for everything he did for his community. He donated $25,000 to his high school, gave motivational speeches to kids in the city, and handed out Thanksgiving dinners for struggling families. Even though he was taken too soon, Dolph's legacy will live on in the city he loved. Rest in peace, young Dolph. Draco the Ruler. Draco the Ruler was one of the most unique and influential artists in the game, but like young Dolph, he was murdered in his hometown last year. On December 18th, he was scheduled to perform at the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival along with artists like 50 Cent, YG, and The Game. Backstage, Draco and his crew was reportedly surrounded by a mob of around 50 people and a fight broke out. During the chaos, Draco was stabbed in the neck and rushed to the hospital. The festival was shut down immediately before the headliners even took the stage. And the next morning, it was confirmed that the 28-year-old rapper died from his injuries. Draco was born and raised in LA. He started dropping projects in the mid-2010s, but his career really took off when DJ Mustard remixed his track, Mr. Get Dough, in 2015. Later that year, he released a mixtape, I Am Mr. Mosley, on Mustard's label. Mustard even wanted to sign Draco to his label, but Draco turned him down so he could stay independent and make his own lane. He followed up in 2016 with 2 more projects, but then he was arrested in January 2017 for possession of a firearm by a felon. When he was released from jail in November 2017, he recorded the mixtape Cold Devil in 10 days, which Complex called one of the most impressive California rap projects in years. In 2018, he got arrested for murder and was facing life in prison. While his legal team fought the case, Draco stayed busy behind bars. He recorded the project, Thank You for Using GTL, completely over the phone while he was locked up. And critics called it one of the best albums ever recorded in jail. After a new DA was elected in Los Angeles, Draco was offered a deal and released at the end of 2020. He didn't waste no time and dropped the album We Know the Truth in December of that year. Then, in 2021, he linked up with Drake for his biggest hit yet, Talk to Me. By the end of 2021, Draco released 4 new projects and took his career to a new level. Performing at the Once Upon a Time in LA Festival should have been a celebration of his freedom and success. But unfortunately, it ended with Draco being murdered in his hometown. Slim 400.
He might actually kill somebody, bro.
From the West Coast, who was affiliated with YG.
Bro died.
Just as he was beginning to build a buzz, Slim was gunned down on December 8th, 2021 in Inglewood, California. Slim's parents was in the military and stationed in Germany when he was born, but they eventually moved to Compton when he was still a kid. Slim was discovered by YG, and the two of them dropped tracks together like Paru and Word Is Bond. Over the years, they became real close, and YG even got Slim's face tatted on him after his tragic death. Not much is known about his murder or who was behind it, but it wasn't the first time Slim got shot. Back in 2019, he was hit 9 times in an ambush in Compton. After he recovered, he said in an interview, I hit the ground thinking it was over. My family came out, kept me alive, talking to me, dragging me in the house while they still shooting. After the 2019 hit, Slim went even harder on his music. But unfortunately, he ain't make it out the hood before the streets caught up to him. Rest in peace to Slim 400. He was a talented artist who had a lot of love from his peers and fans. Hopefully, his killers will be caught and his family can get closure. Lil Loader. The hip-hop community lost a lot of great artists in 2021. But Lil Loader's story is one of the saddest. He was on his way to changing his life forever. Then a series of horrible events happened that ended with him committing suicide at just 20 years old. Lil Loader was from Dallas, Texas, and blew up with his breakout hit, Block Baby. Growing up, his older brother taught him how to move in the streets, and he joined the Rolling 60s Crips at a young age. When the rapper was 15, his brother was shot and killed, which made him turn up in the streets even more. He got into shootouts, and at one point, got shot in the hand after he blocked a bullet that was headed for his face. After getting shot, he decided he didn't want to end up like his brother, so he turned to music as his way out. He dropped his first track, BOS, in June 2019. Then he released a song that changed everything, Block Baby. A YouTuber named Tommy Craze found the track when it had 0 views on YouTube. He loved the song, and his fan base helped it go viral overnight or reviewed it on his channel. The next day, Lil Loader was on a plane to meet with managers. Loader capitalized on success and dropped more music. Then he signed to Epic Records and released his first mixtape at the end of 2019. All of a sudden, he was working with dudes like King Von and Hot Boy, and it looked like he was about to take over the rap game. Then, in October 2020, one of Loader's closest friends died from a gunshot wound. According to Loader, he, his friend Khalil Walker, and a third dude was filming a music video with a gun. The gun went off while Lil Loader was holding it, and Walker was tragically shot in the chest. Loader was indicted for manslaughter and later turned himself in to authorities, but he was later released on house arrest and allowed to continue making music. Everything happened so fast. A year before, he was living a pretty normal life.
He killed
and all of a sudden, he's one of the hottest rappers in the industry. His close friend was dead, and he was potentially facing years in prison. Then, on May 31st, a relative found him dead from a self-inflicted gunshot. Everyone was shocked at the news, but apparently, the guilt of Walker's death wasn't the only thing weighing on his mind. His last Instagram post said, "Dear Most High, please forgive me for my shortcomings and all the times I fell short of making you proud and being appreciative of all the blessings that have been put in my life. Sometimes the lines are blurred between being solid and being heartless. I want to thank you for how far I've come and the people you put in my life to keep me grounded and humble through everything, and I love every single one of those people that are genuinely for me. I ask for entrance into your kingdom through all of my mistakes. I know you love all of your children, and I'm ready for my heart and soul to join you." After his death, one of Loader's friends came forward and claimed he committed suicide because his girlfriend cheated on him. No one will ever know the full reason why Lil Loader took his own life, but it's one of the most tragic stories of 2021. Rest in peace to Lil Loader, another promising young artist who lost too soon. KTS Dre. KTS Dre was a Chirac demon who's known for his...
Damn, I didn't even know he said that. That's crazy as fuck, bro. Hey, I love y'all. God bless you. I need I'm finna see y'all, bro.
I got lean up in my kitchen. Hop in a coupe and not in the grip. I got your bitch, you riding package. Ain't about your bread and I can